Today we're going to be reacting to how to grow your TikTok account 11 tips. As someone with over 3 million followers, I feel like I have enough credentials to review this video. So I'm going to let you guys know if these are good tips or bad tips. Let's go ahead and get into it.
TikTok is an amazing way to grow your following online.
I agree.
While it may be easier than other platforms, it still requires strategy.
It does.
In this video,
it's easier, but it does require strategy.
TikTok account today.
Okay. Seems pretty legit so far.
Around to the end, I'm going to be sharing with you my #1 tip on how to use TikTok Live to grow your account super fast. Okay.
All right.
So my first tip is that you want to be posting about 4 to 8 times a day. I know you're like 4 to 8 times a day, but we're talking about 7 seconds, 8 seconds.
I kind of agree with this. A lot of these like videos, they normally say like 2 times a day, and sometimes they're like once every 2 days. I think that especially if you're just starting, the more you post, the better, because then you can like find what works really well. And then once you grow to like a significant number, you can kind of just choose when to post. Right now I'm at the point where I can just post once a day, but I wasn't like that until maybe recently, very, very recently. But I agree with this.
Second videos, maybe 15 seconds. And what happens is that when you post that amount of content per day, it's pushed out to all types of different people, and that is
Right.
how you're growing your account fast. Now, you're not going to be doing the same exact thing. For example, sometimes I'll teach on Instagram or TikTok or business. Other times I'm just being funny. And then because I'm a good dancer, I'll dance. And so all 8 of my videos are very, very different, but they're doing the exact same thing. They're bringing people back to me. When you're posting that frequently, like 4 times a day, you're giving yourself a huge opportunity to reach 4 different types of people.
I agree there.
And that's going to help you grow your account super fast. Now, my second tip is anytime TikTok comes out with a brand new feature, use it. That goes for any social media platform. So when you see something brand new pop up, use it, and TikTok is going to push you out even more.
See, I don't know if TikTok is going to push you out personally because of their algorithm, but I think that it'll get pushed out more because people that are watching videos haven't seen this new feature, so they're more interested in it.
And that's just
not necessarily because of the algorithm.
My third tip, participate in any kind of trends you
I agree
see
here
on
too.
the For You page. And how do you know if something is trending? That's when you're on the For You page and you're scrolling and you keep seeing the exact same thing over and over and over again. You can do a trend just like that. The reason that it's trending is because everybody's doing it. And so you have an opportunity to do it and flip it to match your particular niche. Now, a pro tip is that when you do flip it, change the ending, because the way you go viral on
it doesn't necessarily need to be the ending, but like whatever trend you do, it's smart to do your own twist on it. I know some accounts do really well just completely copying and ripping people off. I think New Main, his name is Kane now, he does that really well. But I would suggest putting your own twist on it, so that way like people can follow you for you.
TikTok is causing people to watch your video over and over and over again. Now, how do you get them to do that? That's doing something that's kind of trending, but then you flip the ending. And my fourth tip is create your own trends. Now,
this is one of the hardest things to do, so I'm wondering how she's going to go about this.
What do I mean by that? That could be you creating your own dance, your own audio, or whatever. And one of the benefits of creating your own trends is that people will pick it up and do your trend. Also, what happens is that...
Okay, I'm back. I had to take a phone call, but let's get back into the video.
Creators pick up your trend, they start tagging you. And what does that mean? That means millions of people start doing the trend, tagging you, tagging you, tagging you. Next thing you know, you're TikTok famous. And
okay, she made that seem a little bit easier than it seems. Original content is really hard to do well, but she is correct. If you do it really well, then she's correct. A lot of people will start tagging you and maybe become TikTok famous, but it does definitely help if you have your own trends, but it's harder than it looks. But I would definitely try my best to do your own trends.
Go live daily. Now, it's important to note that in order to go live,
I like lives.
you have
Lives
to
are
have
good.
at least 1,000 followers.
It shouldn't be too hard to get 1,000.
What I love about live stream is that it has given me an opportunity to truly connect with my community.
True.
Whereas with my videos, they're kind of talking to me, but on live stream, it's like back and forth. Now,
true.
listen,
this is true.
Before you actually hit that live button, create a TikTok video and post it to your account and then go live, because something happens on the For You page. Something happens with the live stream and your video, and it usually causes an explosion. I had a video where I posted it on TikTok. It was just 7 seconds and I went live for about an hour. When I got off the video, I had 10,000 new followers. By the end of the week, I had 67,000 new followers. If you're asking, what do I talk about when I go live? Well, we're gonna talk about that a little later on in the video. If you're getting value out of this,
I agree with her, but she's making it seem a little bit easier than it sounds. It can definitely boost you. It doesn't always. I would do it though. I would do it though because that one time it does actually boost you, you can grow significantly. It doesn't, I don't want you guys to think that this happens all the time though. So I don't want you to do this once or twice and it doesn't work and then you just think it doesn't work. I just want you guys to realize that like it doesn't happen every single time, but it definitely does happen. So I would give it a shot and keep doing it consistently. And then eventually once one of them does catch, you can grow exponentially like she just mentioned.
Video. Can you do me a favor and hit like? Because what that does is it really helps out the channel. And my sixth tip is create a series. Now, I know
I like this. Part 1, part
I'll
2.
give you an example. Let's just say you're like Marie Kondo and you help people to organize their home. Well, you create a series like 3-part, 5-part, or even 6-part, and you get on TikTok and do a 15-second video saying how to organize your home part 1. What that does is, yes, it causes people to watch your video, but it also causes them to come back to see the next day about the second video. And somebody else may have caught your third video from the For You page, but what does that do? That causes them to go back to your account to watch video number 1 and number 2, and now they're binge watching and they're hooked, and you end up with a brand new follower. And a big tip is give people a reason to come back tomorrow.
What I have to say about this is it's a good point. One thing you want to avoid is not giving enough information or giving the viewers enough for part 1. If you lead them on too much and don't give them enough to come back for part 2, they'll just get upset and be like, why didn't you just post this into one part? Make sure that you're giving them enough content in part 1 to keep them satisfied. Otherwise, people will get upset and they won't come back from part 2.
You have to say it in your video, which could be, this is part 1, or come back for part 2. They end up coming back for part 2. And my 7th tip is create content that lends itself
I like
to
this.
be stitched.
It's a good
what
tip.
What that means is that you create a piece of content and then a creator will take a bite-sized piece of yours and add their content to the end. For example, I have a video that says, tell me you grew up with parents in network marketing without telling me that your parents were in network marketing. A person takes the first part of the video, cuts it, and then adds their content to it. And what ends up happening is that video appears on their page. So if they have millions of followers, people not only see you, but they also see your name, and it's clickable. So then people end up going all the way back to your page, and you could gain hundreds and thousands of followers from one small stitched video. So my 8th
This is true. I definitely agree. I have no complaints on that.
Tip is all about hashtags. Now, hashtags
I'm wondering what she's going to say about
TikTok,
this.
but they're very different. It's important for you to use hashtags that are all about your video and your targeted audience, and make sure you use hashtags that have between 300,000 and 1 million views, because if you use hashtags that have billions of views on them, then you're going to kind of get lost. For more about hashtags and my optimization process, click the link in the description. And
It kind of depends. It kind of depends. If you're making like a super general video, it's fine if you just use the FYP. But if you're like super niched, it's important. She's correct. And you definitely should have targeted hashtags. Personally, I like to mix it up. So don't fall into a rut of just using one hashtag strategy. I would mix it up, and eventually TikTok will figure it out.
There's a video all about that. And my 9th tip is do a duet to a video
Yes.
that's already viral.
Yes.
People love to see your reaction to viral videos. I've done that probably 50 times, and the videos always go viral, and I gain even more followers. And my 10th,
make sure you're not just staring at the screen. I mean, some people have done that successfully, just staring at the screen. But I would suggest adding some sort of input or some sort of creative twist to it.
tip is repurpose your TikTok content on other platforms like Facebook and Instagram Reels. What that's going to do is when people see that video, it's going to cause them to come back to your TikTok account. And then you're going to get more views and possibly more followers. And my 11th
I've struggled
is,
with that.
when possible, Do your video with a second person because people are always waiting to see what is that second person going to do, especially if they're just standing there. We will watch the video all the way to the end to see if they do something crazy or not. Bonus tip.
Wow. That was a good tip that I haven't been given just yet.
Go live while you're working. One, there's no extra effort in it. And second, people love to see the behind the scenes. They want to see what you're doing when you're working and not just creating TikTok videos. And third,
Interesting.
It builds anticipation for the thing that you're doing. Like if you're doing a podcast, it's going to make them go, where's her podcast? How can I listen to more? And next thing you know, you have built.
Okay, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It really does help my channel out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.